We have general training here today with Kevin Mealia. Kevin is going to share a lot with us, so be ready because he comes hard and heavy. All right, Kevin, how are you?
I am awesome, April.
Great
job tonight.
Very, very good. Thank you. Well, we're ready to get started if you are.
I'm ready to go. You tell me when and I'll start talking.
We are ready. Anybody that has not picked their class, you can go down and pick your class unless you want to stay here in general training with us. All right, let's go.
All right. So, April, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for hosting tonight. You're doing a great job. And if anybody doesn't know, the reason why apparently April hosts a lot of these is because she's so good at it, right? We were joking earlier. If you're really good at something, you don't necessarily need to let everybody know because then you're going to keep getting stuck with that job, right? So those of you who don't know me, Kevin Mealia, I'm from Transamerica. And the first place that I want to start before I get into my presentation tonight is just, I want to thank you all. The partnership between Transamerica and WFG is just, it's exploding, right? It is a supernova that is just going out of control. And I couldn't thank you enough, right? There's a reason. We'd like to think Transamerica had something to do with it, with some of the changes that we've made to our service, to our experience, to our solutions. But we know that you are the main reason for these next couple things. Our financial foundation's Index Universal Life is the #1 selling Index Universal Life in the entire insurance industry for, I believe, we haven't gotten September's numbers yet, but we got 4 quarters in a row, folks. 4 quarters in a row is the #1 selling Index Universal Life. And I can't thank you enough, right? I know you are all in this. It's part of one of the recognitions that April mentioned was Families Health. And just to put into perspective where we are, last year, our partnership together, we helped a little over 90,000 families throughout the whole year. You're already at almost 80,000 and we're not even through September. So I want to thank you for that. The families that you work with, thank you for that. And you should be incredibly proud of what it is that you're doing. And another milestone that we've hit with WFG at Transamerica is what we do, what companies do is they look at market share, right? And how much of the business are they getting from the agents that they work with. And right now, Transamerica is garnering about 65% of the business that you all write. So I appreciate that. And what I'll ask is that if you haven't used Transamerica in a while, give us another look because, look, those of you who know me know I speak the truth. And I know you haven't used us in the past because of our service. I can guarantee you that because the solution speaks for itself. Our service has changed. The new CEO, the new head of sales, the new head of individual solutions we've brought in have made it a priority that your experience as well as your clients' experiences are top notch. And we're working our way towards that. So if you haven't used us in a while, I would ask that you give us another shot. So give me just a moment here. Apparently my PowerPoint that I was using is not open right now, so I will open it right now. But again, I want to thank you all for everything that you're doing and just keep up the great work. And again, be super proud of what it is that you are doing. So what we've found at Transamerica, and just through the life insurance industry, those of you who don't know my background, I've been with Transamerica now for about 3 years. Prior to Transamerica, I was with Prudential for 15 years in a similar role, right? A wholesaling regional vice president role. And prior to that, I was an agent with New York Life. Okay. And are you guys seeing that on my screen? What's going on there? That's odd. Okay. Prior to that, I was an agent with New York Life. So I know a bit of the challenges that you go through, and hopefully I can provide you solutions to meet those challenges. But what I've seen for my 20 plus years in the industry is people leaving sales, and more importantly, protection for the families that they work with on the table. Okay. And what I want to talk about tonight is our term and permanent split sales strategy. Because a lot of people walk away from the sale when the client goes, oh no, maybe that's, that's too expensive for me. Or, and I know we're all guilty of this, right? But we all need to do a better job of listening to what our clients are saying. And I'll go through some examples of that as we talk. We're going to talk about the opportunity, the solution. We're going to go through a case study. Don't worry. It's a quick, simple, hard-hitting case study, and then the ease of talking about both of them. But here's the big number, right? $12 trillion life insurance gap. I saw that number and I was like, wow, that's a big number. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, what does that mean? $12 trillion life insurance gap. What does that mean? Here's what it means. It means that 60 million people out there are either uninsured or underinsured. The need has never been bigger. Right? And I get this all the time, Kev. You've been in the industry for a while. What do I do? What questions do I ask? Keep it simple. Keep it very simple. And here's how simple I want you to keep it. Do you have life insurance? That's it. That's the question you need to ask. Do you have life insurance? April, do you have life insurance? Right? Leroy, do you have life insurance? And I know, the so-called experts will tell you, never start with a closed-ended question where they can answer yes or no. You got to start somewhere, and finding out if they have life insurance is a really good spot to start, because they're either going to answer yes or no. If they answer no, you know where to take it. But if they answer yes, right? If they answer yes, you need to ask a follow-up question. Do you mind telling me a little bit about the life insurance you have? Because I guarantee you, the overwhelming 80–90% of the people who have life insurance, where is it through? It's through work. It's through work. And you know what? This is part of your financial literacy, financial education, explaining to your clients, getting them to trust you comes in, because this is where you get to educate them and go, hey, do you know that if you change jobs, you can't take that with you? What do you mean? I didn't know that. Yeah, you can't take it with you. Oh. And hey, how much is it? What's it, like $50,000 maybe? Is that enough to help cover your family? So, and here's the thing with that question. And I'm going to ask you now, and I'll ask you again at the end. Write down 5 names that you know, that you're friends with, loved ones, family, relatives. Write down 5 names and ask them that question. And here's what I'll tell you: if you don't write the names down, you won't do it, right? We know that. Write the names down and ask them the question, because here's the flip side. 2 things are happening if you aren't asking that question. Someone else is. Could be a stranger in line at the grocery store, right? So somebody else is a perfectly good stranger, maybe helping your friends, family, or loved ones, while helping themselves, because you're not doing this for free, right? Or the second option, which isn't acceptable. No one is asking them that question, and they don't have coverage. And when something goes sideways, who knows where they are financially? Because here's what happens when people generally don't have life insurance. They think it's too expensive. 20-year, $250,000 term for a 30-year-old consumer. Most Americans think that's going to cost them $400 a year. It's actually about $160. Younger people, the millennials, right? They overestimate cost by 7 times. 7 times. And That's the biggest reason why they aren't buying, right? They're not sure how much it costs. They don't know how much protection to purchase. They're not, right? This is what we do, right? This is what we do. I don't know. I have no idea. And they don't know which products or solutions to purchase. That's where your expertise comes into play, right? Because here's what I see a lot, right? Our FFIUL, our Index Universal Life, our permanent solution is everybody's go-to, right? Again, number one selling Index Universal Life in the industry. And, but it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. And this is where you need to listen to what your clients or your friends and family and loved ones are telling you. Because, right, life insurance needs can cover a lot of stuff. Permanent insurance can cover all of it. Liabilities, income replacement, retirement income, long-term care, all of that stuff. Term can only cover a little bit, a few of it. Can't help you with supplemental retire, family's inheritance, long-term care, things like that, right? But, and this is a concept where you don't have to walk away from the sale, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, okay? So here's the case study. You've got Susan. She's 40 years old. She's got a $1 million life insurance need. She's got a budget between $300 and $400. So what are her options? People immediately go to FFIUL, okay? Because you uncover, right, again, asking questions. You uncover that she wants income replacement, dependents, existing. She also wants, to help supplement her retirement, things like that. So she can either do all term, all permanent, or split it up. And a lot of people don't think of the split idea. So here's her first option, all term, right? Remember, the biggest thing you need to remember about Susan is what? It's her budget, $300 to $400 a month, right? That's the biggest thing you need to remember. So we can stick her in a 30-year Trendsetter LB, $1 million policy, $135 a month. Does that fit within her $300 to $400? Yeah, absolutely. It's affordable, it's convertible, you've got the living benefits, but you know what? There's no cash value. It's only going to last for 30 years, and there's no long-term care, which she told us that she needs. All right, so all terms off the books. All right. How about all permanent, all FFIUL? $1 million into the FFIUL with long-term care. A little over $1,000 a month. You've got your pros and your cons here. I'm not even going to read them because it doesn't matter. She told you $300 to $400 a month, and now you're put something in front of her that's $1,000 a month. You want to be sure that a policy is going to lapse? Sell this to Susan, okay? Because this is going to lapse. So honestly, who cares what the pros and cons are? The number one con is she cannot afford this. So that's off the table. Okay, what can I do here? I got to get her $1 million in coverage. She wants long-term care. She wants income replacement, retirement help. What can I do? All right. Third option is I'm going to split it right down the middle. I'm going to split it right down the middle because you know what? I didn't call Kevin, and I'm just going to kind of take the easy way out. We all do it. I'm guilty of it, right? I'll split it right down the middle. So $50,000 in term, $50,000 in Index Universal Life. Total premium outlay per month is $580. Again, too expensive. But this may be something that piques her interest because she's looking at that. Okay, over 30 years, I'm going to put in $183,000. It's kind of like a retirement plan, right? Projected cash value in those 30 years is $300,000. All of an outcome of $117,000. You put this in front of her, she may go, 580. Yeah, you know what? I think I can do that. Don't. Because again, this is a case where this policy may lapse because she told you between 300 and 400 for a reason, right? But has anybody on this call ever gone out? Maybe you've gone to the casino, you have a dollar amount limit, but you see something that's really nice out there and you go get it, and afterwards you have some buyer's remorse, right? We don't want that to be Susan because we can give her what she needs. Option 4, splitting this up. I'm going to put $750,000 in a 30-year term, $250,000 into the Index Universal Life with long-term care. Total premiums come to call it $360 a month. That's between her $300 and $400. Okay, maybe later in life, and I'll show you in a minute. Maybe later in life she can dump some more money into that. But right now we're hitting her budget, which is the most important thing. And look at her net outcome. We're still going to supplement about $50,000 of her retirement. I just, I want to take a moment of silence here to everybody think about what you can do with an extra $50,000 during your retirement. Everybody got some ideas? I've got some ideas. So that's what you're doing for her while meeting her budget, providing her that long-term care coverage, and you've hit it all with just a little bit extra work trying to figure out where we fit in here. Okay. And then when she hits age 70, because that term will stop then, now her premium's call it $260 a month. If she wants to, she can put more money into that, right? And really help fund that retirement. So you've hit everything that she needs by just doing a little bit more work, right? You've made the sale, you've helped your family because you're getting paid on it. More importantly, you've provided all of these benefits to your friend, family, loved one. Maybe it's a perfect stranger, right? But you've really helped them out by diving deep and figuring out what the coverage. And it's not complicated, folks, right? 78% of submitted cases fall within, I don't know why we say our new non-medical underwriting limits, because it's almost 2 years old now. That's not new, right? But if you're not aware of it, you can get up to a 45-year-old $1 million in coverage with no blood, no urine, no lab work. And while 78% of submitted cases fall under that, right now 60% of approved cases fall under that. Okay? So again, it works out for you. It works out for the client. You're not losing the sale. Most importantly, you're providing the client with the benefits that they need. Okay, all across the board. And here's my contact information. And I want to bring up probably the most common question that I receive is, okay, so Kev, buy the FFIUL and a separate term policy. Why don't I just use the additional insured rider? Why don't I just use the base insured rider? Right? Well, you can do that. But man, that base insured rider gets real expensive as you go up, right? I was looking at a term LB, 20-year term LB for Susan, 40 years old, $660 a year is the premium, okay? That the base insured rider, right? If you're not sure what that is, that's just basically adding a term policy into the FFIUL. So if you did a base insured rider of that $750,000, by the time she's 53, it's over $1,000 just for that base insured rider. Okay. So in the end, the term standalone is going to be less expensive than that base insured rider, and you get paid on it too. Okay. So there's my contact information. If there's anything that you need, please don't hesitate to give me a call, reach out, call me, text me, send me an email. I do want to make a point of pointing out that website, transamerica.com/agent-central. This is your go-to place for Transamerica. It has everything you could possibly need regarding Transamerica on there. How you get paid, how to run an illustration, product material, marketing material, sales campaigns that we have on there, whether it's around juvenile coverage or foreign nationals, whatever it may be. All of that is on there. You wanna know how to read a statement. We've got a video on that on there as well. So I'm gonna end where I started. 5 names. 5 names that you can write down, right? April, we talked about it. It's almost Thursday, heading into the weekend, right? We're almost there. 5 names that you can ask the simple question. Do you have life insurance? Do you have life insurance? And again, I want to thank you for what you've done for the partnership between WFG and Transamerica. And folks, we got 3 more months left. Let's crush it. Absolutely crush it. So happy to be a partner with you all. Thanks for the time. April, I will turn it back to you, ma'am.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. I started writing down my 5 names while you were talking, so thank you
Nice.
so much. Now, we have 25 minutes left, so if you don't mind just staying on in case anyone have any questions before we let you
Please.
go. Does anybody have any
Absolutely.
questions? So is the base insured rider actually ART?
Don't know what that is. Don't know what ART is, sorry.
I don't either. I was hoping you would answer so I would know what it is. Al? You want to tell us what? Annual renewable term.
Yes. Yes, Al.
Okay. Any other questions? Does everybody understand how he put those 2 products together?
See that, April? You said hard hitting, quick in, quick out.
Okay, here's one from Lori Dennison. What is the least expensive for a 59-year-old?
Lori, I can't answer that.
Yeah, we need a little more information than that. Yeah.
Whole bunch
How much
more
do they
information. If you want to call me, or set up a time we can get together, we can do that. But there, I got a whole, not just who wants 500,000. I got a whole bunch of more questions for you, Lori. All right.
And you did post your number, so if you guys have any questions, Kevin is willing to help. Anybody else have any questions?
Well, I appreciate y'all. You know where to reach me. And again, let's crush it. Can't wait to see everybody in January.
We can't wait to see you either. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.